All right, let's watch it. Law is strong. The hidden S tier.
Counter hit. That's actually guaranteed.
Yeah. Yeah. Counter it while standing 4 has now 70% scaling on Tuesday, May 8th. So that got nerfed.
What's up, guys? TheMainMan's here. Hoping you're all doing awesome.
Damn, low
as
voice,
always.
man.
Just doing a spontaneous video here because a viewer just asked the big brain question. What makes Law so strong? So, we've seen him a million times at EVO. I made a tier list long ago. What was it, a month ago? I made my first tier list. And about a week afterwards, I regretted my placing of Law. I didn't put him in S tier. I put him in A or like A+.
He was probably
But
right the
Law
first
is,
time.
make no mistake, an S tier character in this game. So
I wonder why he changed his mind.
It. So first off, compared to Tekken 7 Law, this guy is 100 times easier to pilot because of a DSS change. You used to have to do
yes and no.
like 4-3, for example, into back, forward, forward, and you have to time it really properly. It was very strict, and if you did it with good timing,
so now it's easier to do.
You with
True.
absolutely obscene frames.
Yep.
The best frames in the game.
Now it's bugged
This
and
time
DSS
around,
forward
you
1 loses
simply
to
hold
jab.
forward and you get the DSS cancel. So there's now it's the opposite. There's like no skill required. It used to be tremendous amount of skill required.
And stuff like
and now
sidestep
there's
3
none
and stuff
of
is
it.
still like auto DSS is
So
really
this
weird
alone
to
makes it
time.
way more consistent and
I
stronger.
don't know if it's
because
consistent
now you're
actually. I actually disagree with that. I think that it's easier to get into it consistently, but to actually execute the move out of it at the right time is just as inconsistent as it ever was.
guaranteed to have a perfect transition every single time. I'm going to remove counter hit for this so we can do 4-3 as well. So here plus 17, plus 16.
Yeah, and I don't think this frame data is also correct either because like I said, if you do while standing forward DSS, you're plus 5, and then you have DSS forward 1, which is 14. So you should win there, right? If they do a jab, but you don't. In fact, you trade or lose. So either the data is wrong or the moves are wrong, but either way, it's incorrect.
So people don't talk about Law too much, but he's probably one of the best characters in the game. But it's pretty stacked. We have a lot of broken characters, but he's probably the biggest dark horse in that most people don't talk about him. People are too busy talking about Dragunov, Azucena, and Fengwei.
I think more people talk about Law than a lot of the other problem characters
Fengwei
like
people don't talk about
Elisa,
that much either. But yeah, he's probably the biggest
Hwoarang.
dark horse. Or it's Shaheen.
Shaheen for sure.
insanely strong.
Shaheen is way of a darker horse than Law, I think.
DSS is a big factor. DSS being much easier now.
I don't think so.
Now you have literally super dumb frames constantly that the opponent has to deal with.
Again, I've made tons of videos on this. Sidestep right duck, you'll beat like 99% of DSS.
So you have obscene pressure.
The pressure is fake. It's bullshit. Also in this game, you can sidestep left and avoid most of this shit too. His best option to track you is DSS forward 2, which is nothing. So anything else, sidestep duck, and you kill him.
And then everything that made him really strong in Tekken 7 remains. He's a very all-round character.
Not everything Tekken 7 remains because he lost Deep's 4-4 launcher.
Great homing utility.
Back 4-3, the change coming up in the new patch is pretty good though because now on back turn opponents, it'll still fully hit, which they could have ducked out of before. So that's a small change, which is pretty rare to hit, but it exists now.
He's got great low pokes because you do need those.
They are great, and it's Dynamite 3 is more unsafe than it was in Tekken 7 now. Problematic for some matchups.
Is very strong with Law.
Yeah, I don't know if this is true, but I think that the down forward 1 has more range than it did in 7. It's actually probably one of the best things that they've changed about him.
He has a super strong keep out, universal down for 2 that does everything.
Yeah, it doesn't track as well as it did in 7. Way worse at that now.
It's super good with punish. It's super good on block, -7. It also tracks really well to both sides.
Not true.
And just serves as excellent keep
Way
out.
worse at tracking now.
And Dragon Hammer remains one of the best counter hit moves in the game.
Very good still.
It's still plus free on block. it's good in Oki situations as well. If they move on the ground, kablam. And of course, if it counter hits, it's just 1 billion damage.
Yeah, Dragon Hammer is a move that some law players are really good at using. I've never been good at using this move, so I got to get better at using that move. But I have seen other law players use it very well. For me, whenever I try to use this move, I always get hit out of it, so I'm bad at it.
And also, his combos are super strong. But 67 from a down for 2, which is a very low damage launcher. It only does 12. But you saw I get a juicy 67, which is really, really good. They also gave him the Nunchuck, and this was a huge buff to his slide. It makes his slide broken, actually.
Broken?
In the neutral, don't underestimate this Nunchuck. It is minus 13 on block, as you can see. But if a low player spaces it properly, a lot of characters actually can't punish this due to the pushback.
This is the best thing about it. So, Nunchuck's spot on here. One of his best moves, especially if you space it correctly. It is super linear. So, the issue becomes, for Law, at this range where Nunchuck whiffs, you don't have a tracking move that's going to hit their sidestep. You can do back 4, but at the range you need to hit the perfect Nunchuck, it's questionable whether it's going to work. Back 3 is your option to really track at the range where they want to step Nunchuck, and that's a pretty slow homing attack, actually.
And
but Nunchuck is very good.
A ton of reach. You see there, right, how far away
that's exactly what you want. If you're a Law player, this is the range you want to use the Nunchucks at. But again, people can easily step it, so you got to be careful. And at this range, for sure, back 4 will not hit, right? So, hard.
So this knocks down on normal hit. It's a counter hit
launcher. That's the best part of it.
It also serves as Law's steel pedal, hence the buff to slide. I'm going to show you that as well. But funny thing is, this tracks fully to Law's left side. So if Horang tries to sidewalk me to the right here, this will always hit.
Is that true? I haven't tested that, actually. I only tested it. I should test it again. But I thought it was both ways.
Always. Tracks like crazy. And now if Horang tries to step to the other side, so to Law's right shoulder and Horang's left, so that would be into the background here, this tracks a lot. But if he steps it properly, like exactly when I press, if he gets the timing down, exactly as I press, he starts his sidewalk, he'll get the step.
So if he's... I actually didn't pay attention enough. But I think he said if you sidestep to the right, then you'll avoid it. And that's actually the direction you want to go against Law anyway. So it sounds like step to Law's weak side to avoid it, and you'll step everything else too. The other good move he has is up forward 3, which you can also step, also linear in the same way. So just step right against Law in general is a pretty good tip.
But importantly, it will track someone just sidewalking. It will track. So it got obscene amounts of tracking as well. It's kind of OP. And then when he is in heat, it's actually safe.
Yeah. It takes off a huge chunk of the heat timer, though.
Safe, and launches on normal hits suddenly. It's pretty dumb. And yeah, let's get into the slide. Slides are OP in this game. You know, in previous game, he would get a guaranteed low afterwards. Now, Law slides you, and he... oh god, I'm stupid. He gets a guaranteed Nunchuck.
Yeah.
So this is a total of... is it 36 damage? Yeah, 36 damage into really good Oki.
It's good. If you're slow on the Nunchucks, you get punished. So if you guys want to punish Law players with this, number one thing you do, you hold up against this. Don't hold back. Hold up to get up, and it'll be easier. It'll make it harder for the Law player to hit the Nunchucks in time, and you'll have more chances to punish it that way. So hold up.
And now you're like, 36 damage. It doesn't sound that stupid though. Well, a problem here is that when you punish this slide, like you get the read, you block that slide, and you float him, you
what do
get
they unblock?
36 damage on Law.
You get combos.
And he has recoverable health when you float him. All of the damage you do on that mini juggle float is recoverable. And Law, you have no recoverable health here. Well, a little bit. So risk-reward is actually pretty much heavily in favor of Law, I would say. considering this is a low.
I think it's 2 months. Oh, sorry, 2 months. I think it's 2 slides for the heat engager to make the health back, right? The problem is with this, like, you still end up taking all that chip damage, and your heat engager never gives you your whole thing back. It only gives you X amount of the recoverable gauge back, right? So what ends up happening is you end up having a shit ton of gray that you can't even regain really, unless you're just like attacking like crazy, which you need people to let you do if they're not stepping your DSS, etc. So it's interesting. I don't know what they should do about it. Like, I don't know what to do. Maybe make the slide more punishable. Like, maybe not have the full recoverable health on it if they punish it. I don't know.
Super hell sweep in terms of risk reward. It also has infinite reach, and it's homing. It tracks to both sides. Yeah, slide it.
3 months in the game, people still don't know that up is faster than back. Drives me nuts. Probably going to be like that forever. Yep. And like, you know, and then you just say, whatever. Character's broken, S tier.
Kind of broken. And then Law has a really good heat smash.
Wait, did he say infinite range? Did I miss it? I don't know.
Splats from like any range. Yeah, slide is kind of broken.
Broken.
And then Law has a really good
not infinite range though. Heat smash is great. I like the heat smash. It doesn't track particularly well. I get stepped a lot, but you know, I think all heat smashes are pretty stupid anyway. So it's like it's kind of in line. Speed is pretty good though at 14 frames, and then the fact the second hit comes out on whiff is pretty good. He did say infinite range though. Shit, we got infinite range. I gotta rewind. I gotta hear it.
Low, I would say, considering this is a low, like it's like a super hell sweep in terms of risk reward. It also has infinite reach, and it's homing. It tracks to both sides.
Infinite reach. Okay, it's a little bit different. Infinite reach.
He has a launching throw in a like
I went too far.
Range. A really
Sorry.
good heat smash.
Yeah, heat smash is good.
Up, wall splats from like any range. He has a launching throw in a game where throws are horribly fucking broken.
And all that stuff is getting changed. Like, I think like this to me, when I first heard about this, before I even knew about counter hit throws, just as the like punishing power crushes, I was like, this is gonna be good, right? So I thought like, oh shit, this is gonna be awesome down the line. And what do? They already patched it out. So on Tuesday's patch, May 8th, they changed it to 14 frame startup. So it's not gonna punish majority of power crushes, I feel like, anymore. So, you know, it's still going to be there for counter hit throws, but they also weaken counter hit throws now, right? So instead of having a 6 frame break window or 10 frames like they said in the patch notes, it is now 14 frames on counter hit throw break window. So it's breakable now. Whereas if they didn't change that, then stuff like this would have been actually stupid good. So he's correct for here, but it will be different on Tuesday.
In a game where throws are super broken. All he needs is that you press into this, and it's...
Also, I feel like they shouldn't have changed laws like the other characters because he had a double input for it. Forward buttons versus the other characters that had single input with buttons. So, yeah, I feel like laws could have been 1 frame faster, but whatever.
Pretty much guaranteed, right? And then I do want to demonstrate like how dumb his combos are, because a lot of people don't know. A lot of people have not run into.
If he's gonna talk about saving tornado for the wall,
Mr. President.
Oh god, we got an ad. Well, I have a feeling he's gonna talk about that, right? Saving tornado from the wall and then using the combo with the tornado at the wall with Junkyard. That's one of the best things about Law. But then I assume that's what he's gonna show, and it's gonna do. Oh yeah, see?
That was correct.
Yeah, this is the best thing about Law. You just combo, you get to the wall, right? Junkyard, and this works because you saved the tornado for the wall, right? That's not guaranteed either, by the way. Nunchuck's not guaranteed there. Hold up.
So here they can Musk attack, right? So quick stand to get out of dodge, but if they don't, that's perfect electric damage. Obscene damage.
Yeah, that Nunchuck is hella not guaranteed. You should just hold up. But also, he could have just did the regular wall combo. Would have did a grip anyway.
3-4-4 is nerfed compared to Tekken 7, but still remains a fantastic punish.
It's hard for me to look at that compared to what it used to be, right? And just say, like, that's fantastic. You know, like I guess the fantastic part about it is that there's no gray health there. You know, I think that part's fantastic.
In any situation, be it block -13 or width. And also in terms of his counter hit utility, you can't overstate enough how strong while standing 4 is. +7 on normal hit. If I DSS, +16.
Frame data is wrong or it's bugged.
A counter hit. My bad.
That's still guaranteed though. There it is.
That's actually guaranteed.
It's good.
A lot of people don't know this. This existed in Tekken 7,
yeah.
but it was locked behind perfect execution.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I think it wasn't frame perfect, but you had like 1 frame of leniency. Oh shit, I do not want heat. Here we go. No execution.
It still has execution.
No
not guaranteed here. That's not guaranteed.
That is super broken. Like from a while standing 4 counter it. That's an 11 frame startup counter it.
Yeah, that move is super good. And again, you still have the DSS counter confirm it. If you don't, they just duck and kill you. So you know it's good, but it does have its risks.
So horribly broken. We've covered the slide. You know about
it's not like
damage.
Something that's just
super strong
safe to do, and then you just fucking
super strong. Sidestep
have no downside to it.
That's super good. That's guaranteed.
Why is he showing Stomp Nunchuck still? It's misleading AF. I don't know, man.
Forward 4 is super strong.
Forward 4 is fucking garbage, dude. Forward 4 was his highest damage whiff punishing launcher in Tekken 7, and now you get a boot kick that doesn't do jack shit. That shit sucks. Yeah, that's a major nerf. Sorry, that one pissed me off. That's good. Sidestep 3 is great.
That's guaranteed. Except I'm a goddamn idiot.
Wow, isn't this amazing? How DSS is like so simple that any child can do it now. It's so simplified compared to Tekken 7. All you do is hold forward, and here he is, literally can hear him mashing on the button, and he can't hit it. It's almost like this shit is fucking inconsistent as fuck now for certain parts of DSS. DSS is not anywhere near as consistent as it used to be. It drives me crazy because, like, yeah, it's easier to get into, like I said before, but actually doing stuff right at the end of it is exactly the same or worse in cases of like stuff like Sidestep 3.
Isn't this guaranteed?
Yeah, it's guaranteed.
There we go.
Yeah, you just literally have to mash. Like, I have to do it the way he's doing it. I have to mash it too because I tried timing it and you can't fucking time it either. It's bizarre.
Just gotta mash it out.
You literally do have to mash it out.
Oh, and up for free?
Yeah, great move, but linear. You can step.
This is sort of your 50-50 mix-up. You know in Tekken 7 how you had to commit to something like this sometimes? Like really unsafe stuff to mix up with slide?
Mm-hmm.
Not so much in this game. From crouch, do upward free. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
Heat engager. If you're in heat. Launcher.
Mm-hmm.
But this is a safe unblocked mid, by the way.
Linear. Step it. He also doesn't have any perfect lows in this game. It's a big nerf he didn't mention.
Very good. Very good move.
Up forward 3 is a very good move. I agree. The best part about up forward 3 for me, it's like I use it in neutral where I think someone's going to approach. Because if you're approaching me, you're probably not sidestepping, right? So I just throw it out because it's safe. So I throw it out. I was like, did I hit you? Cool. Especially when I need to get my health back. If I have gray health and I want to regain that health, I go for that.
So not exactly something he needed, but something he got.
Yeah, it's the Forest Law move from Tekken Tag 2, right? So I don't know why they did this. Like, my theory at the time was that this character is not martial law. It's Forest Law entering the tournament as martial law. That was my theory coming into this game because they gave him some Forest moves, etc. But then, and he had simpler DSS. But then the story mode comes along and it sure as hell is martial. So there goes that theory. So whatever, he just has Forest moves now.
And then Law is unbelievably broken once he is in heat. So
Law's heat is very good. I think he's one of the coolest characters in heat, actually. I wish that all characters were like Law in heat. Just because the mechanic of heat should give characters all unique properties. So Law's in heat, he has parry gives him back heat timer. He's got automatic punch parry from DSS transitions. He's got Nunchuck launcher. And then he's got 1-on-1 heat dash as a 10-frame counter launcher. Back 1-2 launcher, counter hit. I don't know if I missed anything else. Up 4-3, I guess, counter hit launcher. 4-4-3, counter hit. Or heat dash launcher for both of those two. I think that's all of the heat stuff.
Talked about Nunchuck being absolutely ridiculous.
Would I say Law is a top 10 contender? Oh, yeah. After this patch coming up, yeah. He's almost top 10 if he's not there. I think he probably is top 10.
It's pretty good. And then in heat, he has basically Heihachi's old rage drive.
It's been an honor.
1-1-1 is a 10-frame hit confirmable heat engager. You do 1-1, and if you notice they pressed into it, you finish the string.
That is easier said than done. Possible, yes, but easier said than done.
And you have a heat engager.
Law is beginner friendly, yeah.
You'll do the same when you're in heat, and now it's a 10-frame startup counter hit launcher. Except I can't do a basic combo. It's a full launcher at 10 frames. I think he's the only character that can do this.
If you're wrong, still +5. Yeah, I mean, that's just like heat in general, though, right? Like, just throw some shit out and, like, if you're right, you're right. If you're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah, it launches. Yeah, a lot of people don't know about this. Hit confirmable.
Stop doing that. It's not guaranteed.
And then also in heat, I mean, I showed you upward free as a launcher. I mean, everything launches for low when he's in heat. And then back 1-2 also.
Yeah, it just hold up and you can block that Nunchuck, chat.
Launcher.
Yeah, back 1-2, by the way, you just step the last hit and then you launch him for it.
Confirmable.
Otherwise,
yeah,
you have to counter it, confirm it, right?
When he's in heat.
He's good.
Yeah,
he's good in his heat.
There's the mental stack of all the annoying the shit out of your opponent.
I like that strat.
He's unbelievably strong. I think that's
bro keeps doing it. I'm unsubbing.
That's
Stop
why
it.
Law is S tier. Yeah, S tier.
No. Stop watching this ad. So you know, I think Law is very good in this game. I think that Main Man has some valid points. But I think that the main thing, if they would turn down anything, is probably just the wall combo damage. But that's what they did in Tekken 7 too, and then they buffed everyone else's, and then fucking Law got left behind. So I don't want to say that here because who knows where this game's gonna end up, you know? But they're already changing the scaling on while standing 4, so I think that part's probably gonna be fine going forward. Like, because the one thing he showed the while standing 4 counter that's really good is while standing 4 counter would confirm that DSS perfect into 3+4 4 for the wall splat. That's gonna be pretty buff, but like that's pretty rare. Like, I think you actually don't have to do that perfectly at the wall either. So I think you can do it like range 1.5 on the wall. So that makes that pretty good. But overall, I think this character Law right now, probably easy top 15. Top 10, probably. I think probably like, you know, I want to say 8 to 10 spot. I don't actually know it for sure, right? But I would say around there. Probably 8. If I had to randomly guess without knowing any who the 8 above them are, I would say probably 8. So yeah, Law's pretty good. Make sure you guys sub here. Maybe I'll put out a Law guide. Boom. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/levelupyourgame. Make sure you watch me on twitch.tv, level up your game, or follow me on TikTok, old ass boomer. Yeah, that's real. Check it out. Boom.